kind of not quite sure as of right now. I want to get an MRI, but I'm thinking you may have, you know, tore your ACL. All right, well, today we're doing a little bit of different video from like the past two, and it's a story time alert. I did that yesterday, so I'm gonna keep it going. Today will be the story on how I tore my ACL. In the past two videos, I've mentioned how I've been through knee injuries. Last video, you even saw me put on my brace before I went to work. Obvious that I've been through knee injuries, but I've never mentioned what the knee injuries actually were. So today, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so the short answer is basketball. The long answer is what we're about to get into right now. So it all starts about 2 years ago, like during prime quarantine time. So if y'all remember in like 2020, I think it was February around 2020 or March, one of those 2 months, that's when like the outbreak started. Like that's when I was a junior in high school. So I was pretty happy about it. I was like, we're out of school. Junior year was not going good so far. Like junior year is like the hardest year, regents and stuff like that. So, you know, I had like algebra 2, chemistry, whatever else I had. I wasn't prepared for it. So this really bailed me out. As soon as school's done, I am out of there. Like I am working out like every day, 7 months straight. Like this whole time, mind you, for basketball. Every day, like I think I had twice a day workouts. Twice a day workouts meaning like in the morning I would do like weight training, in the afternoon I would actually do like real basketball training, shooting, dribbling, whatever else. Fast forward 7 months of consistent training and I'm a go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a go. I am going crazy. So this whole time, mind you, I'm training outside on concrete. So it gets to a point where COVID's slowing down a little bit. Travel team, JCC, we actually had our first practice back in like a long time. We can't do games during the season. Also quarantine, so it was probably like a year or something. We all haven't seen each other. So we all go, you know, we're all at practice. Like, you know, all the people who played before and we have nothing else to do anyway. The first practice back, I don't even know my bounce at this point. You know what I mean? Because if y'all play basketball, y'all will know that like playing outside and playing inside are like two different beasts. You know what I mean? Like outside, there's like no natural like give in the floor. Like, you know, you're just right onto the floor. You know what I mean? If you fall, that's why you falling on concrete versus falling on hardwood. Yeah, so we all meet up at practice. Average stuff, you know, but I'm feeling fast, I'm feeling strong, I'm jumping high. I'm not quite dunked at this point yet because like I'm not quite sure how to control myself in the air. Like once I'm up there, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what to do. I'm just flying in the air at this point. Towards the end of practice, this is at the end of practice. So this is after all the training we did, all the scrimmaging we did. It gets to a point where like at the end of practice, depending on who you are, you like to see you bounce at the end of practice. You're dead. Your legs are most likely dead. You're just like, let's just see what I can do. I try a couple times. I just can't quite get it. I can't quite get the technique of jumping without an alley-oop down. So it gets to a point where I had one of my teammates throw me alley-oop, throw it down, like easy, super easy. And everybody was like, what the heck? Like nobody was really expecting it because especially it was right after practice. Like your legs are going to be more tired than when you first got there. So everybody takes out their phone and now I have pressure on. Right? Like it's like everybody's recording. I can't miss it now. I can't mess up now. Everybody's recording now. It's gonna destroy the hype that's around me right now. So, you know, everybody starts recording. I'm like, y'all ready? I go up. It was a bad alley-oop, mind you, in his perspective, because I heard him go like, oh, throw it down. Feeling myself. I'm like, I'm on top of the world. For me, confidence is the main thing. Like I feel like I've always been decent at basketball, but confidence, you know what I mean? Like I don't try certain things because of my confidence. So in this situation, I am confident. Like I am ready to just do whatever I want. I've been training my ball hands. Like I'm actually gonna use it in a game now. I've been strengthening my legs. I'm actually gonna use it in a game now. I am ready. So like a week or so passed, you know, and I'm super motivated, continue working out. Next week comes around, there's another practice. I'm like, y'all are not ready for me. I know how to dunk now? Think about that. Y'all are getting dunked on. Like this is not like I'm not just rim grazing. I am up there. Like if you're under the rim, you're getting dunked on. If you're still put back situation where you're getting dunked on, I don't care. You know, I'm feeling super confident. I'm going there, you know, bouncing, you know what I mean? Looking around at everybody like, you can't guard me. You can't jump with me. What can you do with me? You know what I mean? So if any of y'all played basketball before, you usually start off with, you know, warm-ups, full court layups or whatever. You know, I do a couple full court layups, not beasting, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to hurt myself. Bruh. Doing light jogs up and down, you know what I mean? Get my legs warmed up. All right, this is gonna sound stupid, but any of you who have played basketball out there will know. Sometimes when you see a rim, you just gotta jump. It's like, it's not even, you're not even like thinking about it. It's just like, let's just see what I can do. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's see, let me just grab the rim real quick, cause I can. You know what I mean? Like, why not? It's literally just because I can motto, sometimes. I'm getting ready to go up. I reenact ready. I'm like, ooh, I just fall to the ground. Like I hop like a little bit. I may have touched the net a little bit, just fall. You know what I mean? And I'm doing like the Peter Griffin type thing. Not really in much pain. It just feels weird. You know what I mean? So I fall. My stepdad's there, mind you. He looks over at me and he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "I think so." I just like tweak my knee a little bit. So I'm sitting there like rocking back and forth. Sports motto, you know, walk it off. So you know what I mean? He tells me to do that. I'm like, all right. I get up because I'm ready to play. I want to play. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go sit down. Like I'm trying to play. Like give me up and let's go walk this off. I start walking and I'm like, this just don't feel right. So, you know, moving just don't feel stable. I don't know how else to explain it. If you've ever hurt your knee, you would know. I'm walking, it hurts a little bit. And so like, we do this for about a little bit. I try to run and it doesn't really work. I'm not really pressed about it though. I'm like, I tweaked my knee a little bit. I gotta get injured at some point. Why not now? Let's just get out of here. Go home, ice it, and we'll see from there. So let me reiterate this. I walk myself to the car, hop in, and chill. And by the time I get home, my knee is the size of like a bowling ball. So it's like, all right, I injured myself. I'm fine now. You know what I mean? Injuries and like getting hurt and being injured are two different things in my book. You know what I mean? If you're hurt, it's like, all right, you out for a couple days. You got a little bruise on your lip. Get out for a couple days. Like, I didn't think I was injured, so I'm chilling. Go home, size of a bowling ball. I sit and chill. So I'm not sure if it was the next day or that same night, but I'm really starting to feel it. Like, this is starting to hurt really bad. I'm pretty sure I like expressed how I was feeling that night, and then the next day my mom was able to call an orthopedic that I have been seeing for 3 years at this point. Crazy. Able to get an appointment with the orthopedic like a couple days after. I'm not sure what she said on the phone, like I don't know what she said, but she got me in 3 days or 2 days after my injury happened. And then I go there, I'm chilling. I'm like, all right, she's gonna come here and tell me like sprain my knee, worst case scenario. I wasn't very knowledgeable on bones or anything at this point. So I'm like, all right, I sprained my knee or something, I tweaked it. You know what I mean? Just shocked it a little bit. So I go in, she's doing tests and she tells me, and she's like, I'm not quite sure as of right now. I want to get an MRI, but I'm thinking you may have, you know, tore your ACL a little bit. And I was sitting there, I wasn't even hearing any of that. I was just hearing, I'm not really sure what it is. Let's get an MRI and let's get you back to playing basketball. That's really what I heard. So, you know, like a week later, I go into the MRI place. I go into like the hospital. I go to the hospital and if you never got an MRI before, I'm not even gonna like try to fully explain what it is. I'll put up on screen like what MRI stands for. It's just this big like cylindrical machine that just kind of slides you in and you sit there listening to spaceship noises for 30 minutes. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you spaceship noises. Like it's like pew 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 pew. Like for 30 minutes straight, and they put some headphones on you to try to like help with the sound, but it is so loud that like, and they're playing some like staticky like radio music, like whatever. So let's fast forward, you know, let's say probably half a week, so maybe like 4 days later, you know, I have my other appointment. You know, she went over the MRI and she's helped me with whatever I have. So I go in, I'm chilling, I'm sitting there, I'm a little nervous, of course, because, you know, my knee has been hurting at this point for like 2 weeks straight. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's a little bit more than like a sprain. It's a grade 2 sprain. That's all it is. It's a grade 2. She walks in and she just kind of, you know, walks in like how she usually would. There's no somber tone, you know what I mean? She just kind of walks in how she normally would. And she's like, she like delayed, you know what I mean? So she, you know, logs in the computer. I feel like that takes extra long. And she's like, so we got the results back. Yo, what do I have? Cancer? Like, just say what come on, tell me what it is. So she, kind of like sits into her hip a little bit. And she's like, so you tore your ACL. I'm just like, I don't believe her. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there like, I don't quite comprehend what she's saying to me. ACL is like one of those things where it's like, you don't want, like, I've done the research on this. You can come back faster from breaking your entire leg than you can from an ACL, like reconstruction surgery. Like, this is crazy. So I'm sitting back, I don't really react. And my mom, she's already starting to break down because like it hit her immediately. For me, it's like, I don't know what you're saying to me, lady. ACL, what are you saying? I don't know what that means. You know, so we're sitting there for maybe 20 more minutes. I am like, instead of crying and like releasing my liquid, I guess, through my eyes, I'm releasing it through like my armpits. Like, I am sweating profusely. It's not hot in there by any means. I'm just sweating profusely. And, you know, she keeps on, you know, just goes through the motions of whatever. Tells me, if you want to continue playing basketball, you're gonna have to get surgery. She had images of it, so like, but like you could see there's like my ACL is just severed. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a partial tear that it's gone. Like it cut, like, say this is the ACL that like connects your thigh to your like shin bone. Like, it was like, this is the ACL. It was just like, it cut towards the bottom, so it was just gone. Like, there was just no ACL there at all. So she gives me a couple of dates on when I want my surgery August 29th, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting my surgery. Apparently, you know, I was out for, it's supposed to be, I think, like a 5-hour surgery. I was out for like 8 because I wasn't waking up from the anesthesia. I'm not really sure how that works, but surgery, by the way, directly after was terrible. You know what I mean? I'm in like the post-operational room and this lady sitting next to me and I'm looking at her. I'm like, who are you? Where am I? Can I go home? And I'm usually like a mild mannered person. You know what I mean? Like I don't tend to confront people much, probably because I'm in extreme pain and agony. So we ended up going home, and for the next week, I am bedridden. I don't know what they gave me. I was supposed to get like Oxy for helping with the pain because, you know, they ripped my knee open and did a lot in there. It was like sugar pills. I didn't feel anything. Like it was like I was in excruciating pain for so long, for a week straight. Like if you know, I'll put it up on screen. You know that episode of SpongeBob where the guy's like in a full body cast and he says like, I'm pretty sure he has like osteoporosis or something. Like his bones are so frazzled every time that's how it felt. Like when my leg hit the ground, it was like every single nerve ending in my leg would just spike. Like it hurt so bad. It felt like glass. So fast forward maybe like a year and a half, you know what I mean? Continue doing rehab. I'm pretty depressed during this time. I'm pretty depressed, I think, in general. That's for a later conversation though. Yeah, so it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm getting back to basketball. I've had on and off moments. I've dunked multiple times since I tore my ACL, so I've come back. I've been better. Like I think I was better at basketball before I tore my ACL just because I was playing so often. But athletically, I got either better or about the same as I was before I tore my ACL. So, you know, I had high points. And then probably like maybe like 3 weeks ago at this point, 2.5, I was, you know, feeling pretty confident, like dunking. Like this is real now. You know, earlier it was like kind of off 2 years earlier, it was kind of like off of alley-oops. So like it wasn't most viable in game, but now it was to the point where like I'm able to dunk off of like one leg, jump off of 2 legs both ways, feeling like if I get a fast break, I'm dunking. If I get like easy lane to the basket, I'm dunking it. Like that's how it felt, and it was just gonna continue from there. So I go to, you know, play some pickup at the park, and I'm feeling pretty good. I was on the court for a while. I was there for a total of 2 hours. I was on the court for probably most of it, you know, because either, you know, like my team was winning or someone would pick me up because if our team lost, someone would pick me up because I was playing good regardless. Yeah, and it gets to a point where we're getting to a point where we're playing like better competition comes like the later is it the day. So, you know, we're playing against better competition. I remember the exact moment. I always remember the exact moment when I hurt myself. I remember I was on the right side. I did like an in and out and then crossed my right hand. And then I do like I'll insert it on screen. I do like the Derrick Rose hop step. And I land and I like feel my knee like do the same thing as it did 2 years prior. Like when I first tore my ACL, I kind of felt, you know what I mean? So I'll show you, but like that, and then it just came back to place. So I felt it do that, but this time it was like instantaneous pain. Of course, I'm like, here we go again. This time I'm not as optimistic as I was before. I'm like, I'm ready for this pain I'm about to endure. And that's pretty much where we are. I've had a couple orthopedic appointments. I haven't seen my surgeon yet for some reason. It's becoming a lot longer process than it should be. It's been 2.5 weeks. My knee feels probably a little better, but it still pretty much feels the same. It doesn't feel stable. It's the reason why I have to wear a brace to work. My next appointment that I will see my surgeon on is Wednesday. You'll definitely be updated. You'll be in the loop on whether I actually did something to it or not. Yeah, so that's where we are. Not the most happy story time that I'll tell, but it's real. Like this has been a real issue that I've been dealing with for a long time. For my whole life, I've always been like, my identity has been sports. Like so for football, I played when I was a little younger. Never got hurt, crazy enough. But you know, I have good games, and like I was pretty good at football, and I'd have good games when people come to be like, "Good job, number 10." I mean, like my identity was basketball at this point because I spent so much time with basketball. So you know, something being taken away from me, like that's completely much out of my control. It's like it was so hard for me because it was my identity. And like one of the main reasons I started this channel was to kind of like, I need to build myself. I still love basketball, and this is why it's like, and this is why this like series I have, this self-improvement journey series, is gonna build up to me hopefully going back to basketball, but still building myself outside of basketball. In college physical therapy right now, which, you know, ironically enough, is like 100% pertains to my knee. Also, you know, starting this YouTube channel. So I'm just not the basketball player. Like anybody who's in, you know, my city, if they were to see me, they just know me from, they see me around and they probably see me play basketball somewhere. That's probably what they say. This YouTube thing is, you know, build me out of that identity that I formed myself in. So yeah, no vlog for today. The editing process takes a long time, man. These past 2 days, I'm pretty happy with the results. I feel like I'm getting better at making videos in general. Yeah, tomorrow there'll be another vlog. I'll actually probably do something tomorrow, so there'll be more content in that. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Oh, one last thing. I have a TikTok and pretty much every other social media. My name is on here, Darius' World. I'll be posting for now clips, any video I post. Yeah, also if you see back there, like and subscribe, and also comment. Commenting really does help. Very new to this, so comment whatever, but I would appreciate it if you put some like constructive criticism down there. Tell me things that either you want to see me do, or yeah, something I can improve on. So yeah.